Hey, how's it going, guys? I want to thank ALLDOCUBE for setting this one out. This is the iPlay 60 Pro, and it looks like cheap tablets are getting even better. This one goes for $130 and has some decent specs, including a Helio G99 processor, 6 gigabytes of RAM. I know it says 16, but it's actually 6 gigabytes of physical RAM and 10 gigabytes of VRAM. If you've seen my channel before, you know I'm not a fan of combining those two things together. But yeah, you have some more stuff back here mentioning it has a 90 hertz refresh screen, 11-inch IPS display. I think it's like a 1920 by 1200 display. And then there's also, like we said, Helio G99, nano SIM, as well as a micro SD card slot, quad speakers, and facial recognition. This seems a lot familiar to the ONN 12-inch tablet. I'm going to overlook that little detail of them combining RAM because of the price point. Like, the ONN 12-inch was $179, and this is going for a mere $130. So massive difference, but we'll see how performance is, because that's obviously the most important thing. On paper, it might sound nice, but in reality, it might not be the case. So you do have a screen protector that's pre-installed on this tablet. Even after taking this out, I can tell from that little bubble there. Let's put that to the side. Here's everything else that comes in the box, including a wall outlet, the USB-C to USB-A cable, and the user manual. The tablet is a little thicker than expected. Not too heavy. Maybe it is slightly more heavier. I'm not too sure because they all feel kind of similar, but it's not bad. There are fingerprints I'm seeing already on the back, which stink. And it's not just like I had it for 5 minutes. I actually was using this for a day before getting back to it. So anyways, on the top, we've got the power button, volume keys. Then there's a place for the micro SD card and SIM tray. I'm going to put that back inside. On the side, we've got 2 speaker grills, and then on the bottom, nothing. Then on the other side, we've got 2 more speaker grills, along with a USB-C port. And then you've got your front camera as well as the rear camera. Kind of looks a little more unique here, along with the flash. And it mentions it's AI, so it looks like it might just be 1 camera this time. 1 or 5 cameras. It doesn't really make much of a difference for me. This picture came out all right. No major complaints. It is a little more, there's like a little bit more noise. It's a bit more grainy than other tablets I've seen. And then the front camera is, it's all right. Nothing too crazy. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like the screen has this like yellowish tint that the iPlay 50 Mini Pro had. The iPlay 60 Pro or Mini Pro did not have that issue. So, but anyways, you got this pretty decent resolution here. Widevine L1 on this. It does get decently bright, you know, just like a lot of other tablets in this price bracket. Then here's how much storage space you have out of the box, about 113 gigs free. And then this is the bloatware. I took a screenshot before installing all the apps that I needed to. So you get kind of that like near Android or stock Android, but it isn't stock Android. It is their own that they have loaded on here, and it is running Android 14. I will say this is pretty like standard for your typical like tablet around this price range. Actually, this is a lot lower than those other ones because they normally go for like around $200. So 130 is even better.
Doesn't that sound so much nicer?
Yeah, the speakers are pretty solid on here. I have no complaints there. I'd put them on par, maybe just slightly below the ONN tablets. But yeah, just great overall, because it gets relatively loud. Somewhat a little bit tinier, but it's not bad at the full volume. And videos can be watched at 1440p there. This does have a Widevine security of L1. Widevine security of L1 is showing on DRM info. One place you won't notice too many issues is in performance itself. Just doing basic tasks, even multitasking a little works decently, pretty well with just 6 gigabytes of RAM. You're not exactly future-proofing yourself with 6 gigabytes of RAM, some will say, but I think it's sufficient, again, at this price point. If we go into Geekbench here, it got a single core score of 700 and multi-core score of 1800. Nothing to be too impressed by. The GPU score was also pretty low, I'd say. Nothing too crazy, 1200, or 1270 to be more specific. The Mali G57 MC2 seems like a low-end processor to me. I've seen this before. Usually it can handle games pretty well, except when you try to raise the graphics. So at the lowest graphic settings, whatever you throw at it, it should work pretty fine. First game here is RuneScape 3. At the lowest graphic settings with terrain off and everything, it does dip down to the 30s. As you're seeing here, it went all the way down to 20 actually. This is when it's zoomed out completely. When it's zoomed in, it's a lot more smoother. You get around 50s, more consistently, 50s and 40s. So yeah, if we step up the graphics a little bit, you're gonna notice more lag. It's gonna stay around the 30s a little more with terrain on, from what I checked. So yeah, lowest graphics, no problem whatsoever. Next game here is God of War, and I'm noticing that it stays around the 60s. It does dip down to like 58 every now and then, so you do notice that kind of almost stutter, not like full smoothness, but it's good enough, honestly, I'd say. This is the PSP emulator, by the way. So yeah, I haven't really changed the graphics or enhanced anything. So like I said, you can do any type of gaming pretty much here as long as you don't raise the graphics settings, and it does a good job. Overall, I think, again, it's really impressive for the price point. Like I said, good tablets are getting cheaper, and this is a pretty good tablet for performance-wise specifically. Because, I mean, think about it. What other $130 tablet out right now can handle this much? Maybe the Shaoshin Pad 6, I believe if it is the 6. But yeah, there's a Shaoshin Pad out there that does have a little bit more RAM. I'm not sure if it's like, it said 8 gigabytes of RAM for at 130 or 140. I'm not sure if that was 4 gigabytes of RAM and 4 gigs of VRAM. But yeah, this is like 6 gigabytes of physical RAM. So I'll take what I can get for now and say that this is a great choice for performance, and also watching videos on YouTube. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is this something you'd pick up? Is there anything better out there? Because again, yeah, this is a pretty solid choice right now. Anyways, guys, stay tuned for more. And as always, thanks for watching.